Set the table and pull up a chair. We're doing comfort food with recipes your Italian grandmother would approve. That's what's coming up next. I'm Marie Ioime, and this is Lunch and Learn Live. Welcome to a very special show. Our guest is Chef Loren Falsone, chef owner of The Table Orlando. More than just committing to serving the best local product available, The Table Orlando is an experience. With limited seating at a singular table, 22 people are dining together at a real chef's table because Chef Loren prepares a special menu for every seating. Today's menu is Guitara Pasta with Rapini Garlic sauté, finished with a poached egg and Parmigiano. And we'll top off our meal with a light and refreshing dessert, coffee granita. To get us started, Chef Loren mixed these simple ingredients in a bowl, making sure all of the sugar was combined. And speaking of sugar, this recipe cuts it in half. We're using agave syrup, a low glycemic sweetener. After a quick mix of ingredients, we poured the liquid into a shallow baking pan. Now, let's join Chef Loren in the kitchen.
Okay, so by the purpose of our television show, which is only 20 minutes long, I have one that I've started. I just want to pull it out just so I can show everybody.
Wow.
I have a fork, and what you should just generally do is throughout the course of it freezing, this has been in for about 20 minutes, so you can see how quickly it happens.
Wow.
I just like to take the fork and mix it up, just so that we're freezing evenly. And I would eat it like this.
I was going to say.
It's perfect. And then we're just going to pop it back into the freezer. So throughout the course of the fresh one that we just put in, you'll be stirring it every, I would say 10 minutes. Just give it a little stir. Doesn't have to be all the time.
Because you don't want it to clump up. You want it nice and even.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So now that that's done, we're ready to move on to our pasta.
All right.
So we do a lot of homemade pasta at the restaurant. It does take a little bit more time to physically make the fresh pasta,
but well worth it.
Well worth it. And on the other side of it, though, when you cook it, it takes less time because you're on the fresh water, fresh
time in
pasta
the water.
So you're all set.
Love it.
There's many different ways to make pasta dough. I'm just going to teach you one way with the semolina flour, full-on egg yolks. This is true Italian. They don't necessarily use the whole eggs. The egg yolks are probably more popular.
Yep.
So we're just going to add in the yolks. The recipes are all there for everybody to see. And of course you can adjust the recipe to the volume of what you need. So if you're doing a huge dinner party, this probably wouldn't feed 10 people, but you're good. So a little bit of olive oil.
And if you're watching us live, hit that little chat button and send us a question if you have a question about any of these recipes or just for the chef.
Okay. We're going to do some salt. Season it up. We like to season in layers. So the pasta dough is salted, the water is salted, the sauce is going to be salted, and then this is an abundance of black pepper, which is going to really play off nicely with the rapini. Because the rapini has a lot of pepper flavor, so this is going to play off nicely together. And then the semolina flour. Now, what I like to say is that the flour is your variable, because based upon the humidity levels that are in the air, your flour volume is going to fluctuate.
Right.
So anytime you see a recipe for pasta and it says 2 cups, don't just drop it right in and go, they said 2 cups, because it could be 1 3/4 cups. And then once it's in there, it's really hard to get it out. So, err on the side of caution.
Kind of breaks the rule of, exact measurements for baking. This is cooking pasta, and it's just different. It's just,
Exactly.
it is a science, so it's little as you go.
Would you like to mix it?
Oh, let me think about it. Yes.
All right, so what you're going to start by doing, I know we talked about the well.
Clean hands.
Clean hands. We're going to actually just create it without the well, so that we're going to be really clean in the bowl. So we're not going to make a big mess on the countertop. So start mixing it with your hands. And I'm just going to slowly start adding the semolina flour in. Now, semolina flour is a high protein flour. It does have gluten in it, but not as much as a regular all-purpose whole wheat flour. It's going to the protein is good for the structure that it's going to give the pasta, which I really like. So you're going to just continue to mix that together. You're going to form a nice ball, and then we're going to knead it for just a bit. And because this is television, we are going to create the dough, show our audience what the dough consistency should look like. And because we are creating a little bit of gluten here, we're going to let it rest. But by the power of TV, we've already made it. So we have a little bit right there. We'll go into rolling that in a second after you've pulled that dough together completely.
Yeah, and I would usually just feel comfortable putting this out on
and go
a
for
surface.
It. You can. You can, absolutely. It's going to be less messy now that the flour is incorporated in there than if we were starting from
That's the way my grandma taught me.
Yes, well, we want to do it that
way. Dueling grandmas.
My grandparents, oh my God. When I went to culinary school, you know, of course, coming home to New York.
Got a lot of instruction.
Well, I used to come home and be like, okay, everybody, I'm making dinner tonight. Well, by the time it was all said and done, you know, this is like I was like 19 years old. I used every single pot and pan that they had. There was like sauce on the ceiling. My grandfather was like, oh my goodness, you have a lot to learn.
Yeah, nobody was more efficient than my grandmother in the kitchen. Although I confess for my grandmother, she had everybody else doing the cleanup.
Yeah. That's part of being the chef. You
yes.
make the dinner.
Yes.
That's what I do at night. You know, when I make dinner with, you know, for my husband and my children, I like to say, okay, Mommy just spent all this time in the kitchen. Can somebody just please do the dishes?
See, you're way kinder. If I was a chef and my family was, I would say, yeah, your turn to clean up. All right, I don't know what consistency you want this, but it's got such a granule texture with the semolina.
Yep. You want it to be slightly damp on your palm, but not dry and crackly.
Yep.
If it's dry and crackly, you've gone too much.
Right.
If you get it too dry, it's impossible to roll out, and that's what we're really trying to avoid here. Let me take a feel. Yeah, this feels great. This is perfect. So when you go like this, it's not leaving a residue on the palm of your hand. You can feel that it has a little stickiness, but it's not really awful. So we're just going to just put a little bit more mussels into it.
I'm going to let you do that while I grab a towel.
All right.
One thing I forgot.
I have one on my
You're
apron.
good. You keep going, and I'll grab my own.
Okay. So we're just going to knead it so it's thoroughly mixed. It's going to be much more silky smooth. Okay.
And good upper body exercise.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so once you've kneaded it nicely, we're going to take it. I have some saran wrap right here. We're going to wrap it in saran wrap, and the purpose for doing that is so that it doesn't dry out.
Okay.
And we're just going to place it and let it rest for about, I would say 15 minutes is a good amount of time.
Okay.
So let's pretend we've let it rest for 15 minutes.
We can do that.
Okay. So
we're about halfway in. So now we're going to take our already prepared pasta and start from here.
Yep. And we have a little bit of all-purpose flour. We're just going to sprinkle it. You can use semolina as well to just roll it out. We have a rolling pin. Do you want to do this?
No, that's okay.
And you're just going to roll out dough. And you can see the pepper in there. And you want to get it pretty thin. When we do this at the restaurant, if we have a full table of 22 or 24 people, it takes us about 3 hours to make all the pasta for the night.
Wow.
One person, 1 or 2 people doing it.
So this amount of dough for the recipe that you just gave us, I think you told us, but how many servings was that again?
Well, it really depends on how, what the quantity of pasta you want to serve. So for today, because this is lunch, and I know a lot of people don't want to fill up on a lot of carbs, I'm going to do a smaller amount of pasta per serving and more vegetable.
I love that.
Because
it makes it healthier as well.
Yeah,
and you fill up on those vegetables with no problem.
Yep.
We've got about 8 to 10 minutes left, but this is a quick cook, folks, so you're going to be really pleased to see how fast you can have this on your table, as long as you've prepared your granita, your ices in time and pre-froze them, and as long as you've prepared your dough. That's something you would not want to do in 20 minutes. It's not going to happen. You'll do that beforehand. You could even leave it in the fridge, take it out at room temperature. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
So now, this is called a guitar. It looks like guitar. This is an Italian instrument to make pasta. They have lots of different tools to make pastas. This is just one of the clever little tools that they have. What I like to do is just hit the tines of the guitar with just a little bit of flour, and then take the dough, put it down, and then press it. Isn't this so fun? I love this.
That is so cool.
Press it in. and roll it.
Instant
actually,
spaghetti.
great.
Or spaghettini in this case.
Yeah, well, this is
Thin.
more like a
linguine.
Yeah, it's more like a linguine. And if you were to buy this tool, can I say where I got it?
Sure.
I got it at Williams-Sonoma, and it's not too expensive, about 25 bucks.
Okay.
But there's two different sizes of the actual. So this is more like a linguine. The other side is more like a fettuccine. So there's two different tines that you can
So you
have.
see that we're pressing it down so that it all falls to the bottom, and then through the magic of television.
Yep. Through the
Or
magic.
internet broadcasting.
Yep. And sometimes if it gets a little bit stuck, you can push it with your fingers, hopefully. You know, it's just one of those things.
All right, let's move on to this then and to the broccoli.
I'm just going to take what I have.
Absolutely. I think that gives us an idea, but these are not very expensive. I think my grandmother made her own, if you could believe that.
Really?
Yeah, she was amazing.
Okay, so now we've got our pasta. Okay, so now we're going to come over here. Oops, sorry.
As long as we're not stepping on each other with the wires, we're good. What's
They
next?
only saw what was going on back here.
Oh, you don't want to know.
A lot of wires.
It's like making sausage. You don't want to be there.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to drop in our rapini, which is also called broccolarabi. Tons of vitamins. Anything that's really bright green or any real huge color to it, you know is going to be really healthy for you. We're dropping it into some boiling salted water. Oops. And what I like about this is that we're going to use the same pot to blanch our rapini as we are going to cook our pasta. So all we're going to do, instead of taking the whole pot and dumping it in the sink, we're going to use the same colander. We'll pull it out.
Same water, same nutrients.
Yes.
You're not throwing all that good stuff down the drain.
Really
and you don't have
good.
to boil it. You don't have to boil it twice. We've got about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
So I'm probably going to move you along.
Okay. So in this pot right here, we're going to turn it up on high. Is that on?
Yeah, it's the large size, so yeah.
Large size and high.
Yep.
Good?
You got it.
Okay, so we are going to add in some olive oil, get our oil nice and hot. Okay. And while
Coat the bottom of the pan with that.
Coat the bottom of the pan. While that is getting hot, we're going to take a look over here at, we have a little bit of water going that we're going to add some salt to. We're going to add a little bit of white vinegar to it, and the purpose of that is to help to just coagulate the proteins of the egg, because we are doing a poached egg.
Okay.
So there's protein in our semolina flour, there's protein in our egg, and there's going to be protein in a little bit of our cheese.
Awesome.
Okay.
Oh, so good, so healthy,
good.
it's so delicious.
So I have our egg, and whenever you poach an egg, you don't want it to be boiling. Poaching is a temperature of about 160 to 180 degrees.
Okay.
So you're just going to swirl the water just a little bit to create a little bit of a convex there, and you're going to just gently drop the egg in. Okay. It'll take about 3 minutes or so for that to go. So while that's going, we can come right back over here and drop in our garlic. Yep.
Look at all that beautiful sliced garlic.
Garlic
Perfume
and
of any good Italian
garlic or less garlic if you're not so into the garlic thing.
Yep.
You can omit the garlic completely and just use onion.
Sure.
I mean, we can go all sorts of places with this. If you want to do a different kind of protein than an egg, you can throw in some, chicken breast here.
Okay.
Okay. And while
Already
that's going,
toasting up and smelling fabulous.
a little bit of salt can go in.
All right.
I like a little crushed red pepper if you'd like it a little spicier.
Absolutely.
Then go ahead and add more spice to it.
And as soon as that crushed red pepper hits the oil, you start getting that aromatic loveliness from it.
Now, while you're stirring that, I'm going to go behind you
Okay.
and grab out our rapini.
Yes.
This looks great.
Perfectly blanched.
And we're going to drop it in our colander. That smells so good.
Oh, I know.
The water is that green color, which is going to be fine. The pasta is not going to become green because of it.
Yeah.
We're just going to
Saving all that good
knock out
stuff.
some water here. And we're going to take our knife and just do a rough chop.
Okay. So it's nice bite-sized pieces when you put it atop of your pasta.
Yep.
Garlic is browning up nicely.
Okay.
Nice and even.
Check, check, check. And I love, oh my God, I could eat all of this rapini all by myself.
I do. I'm just saying, I don't have to cook for a family, so I will make that for dinner a lot.
It's so good. Okay. So now it is ready. I'm going to put it into your pan.
Perfectly
Just
ready
be
for you.
careful of the water.
The water.
In. Rinse my hands a
An
bit.
Italian facial.
Yep.
You're not cooking in the kitchen until you've seen the steam, right?
This is on high now, so
Uh-huh.
we're good. We have a boil back, so we're ready. Where's our pasta? It's all the way
right.
down here. Okay.
Want me to?
Quick. Pasta's going to go in. I'm just going to drop what we need. We don't need all of this, okay? I'm just going to drop what's appropriate. We're making one bowl, right?
Yes.
So we're good. That's enough. Plenty.
We'll make the rest of it
well,
later.
That's what I was really thinking about. If they could only see how many people are actually here to make this production.
I know. And you know, just like an Italian kitchen, we'll make more than we need.
That's right. Okay, so this is a fresh pasta. It does not take long.
Mm-hmm.
Our egg, this is looking great. I don't know if the audience can see this,
Yeah, hold it up to the camera.
but you can see that
Perfectly
there's a
poached.
wiggle jiggle is what we want. We want the egg white to be cooked and the yolk to be a little jiggly. I'm going to put it down on my Seafold towels. It's going to stay hot. Don't feel like it's not going to be hot when we put it on our dish.
Right.
And then we're going to go right from here with the pasta into our pot.
Good. So that's also flavoring that pasta, giving it a little bit more flavor than just your pasta in the water, which already has some pretty good flavor. We're going to start to plate.
Oh, no, I'm going to go right in here.
Oh, that's right. We're going to go in there for the flavor.
Yep. Okay. So good. Stir it around. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil to give it a little soft action.
Yeah. Oh my
And now
gosh.
we're ready to plate.
And that is vegetable heavy, so that is just a gorgeous
That's
dish.
really what I wanted. I wanted a lot of vegetable. Look at that. It's divine, right?
Oh, the garlic is just music to my nose. Can I say that? Don't know. But garlic is just, I don't know. I walk into a kitchen and I smell garlic. I'm ready to pull up a chair.
Okay, we're going to shut this off.
Okay.
I think is
Look
that.
at that.
Okay.
We're not finished yet, but
Nope.
isn't that just gorgeous?
Oh, what's that noise?
Oh, it's just water boiling. These are so
I'm
hot.
going to take the egg.
Beautiful.
Egg
Oh,
on
and
top.
it's just broken,
Okay.
which is what you want. I'll let you do the serving part.
Okay. Oop, our egg is escaping. Hold on
That's
one second.
okay. That's what's got to be mixed into all that goodness, right?
Yeah, exactly. Come here.
Runaway
precious one.
egg.
Come here. We're gonna just we're gonna try to perch it on top because that's really the
Beautiful
okay.
plating.
Well, you're just gonna have a mind of your
Yeah,
own. So
yeah,
there
yeah.
you go. We're gonna put a little bit of shaved Parmesan cheese around
my gosh,
it,
that is just heaven.
and there you go. It's done.
Wow.
Check.
So the whole
Okay.
point is that you will take your fork, and I usually grab one back here.
Here, I think there's some
Oh,
over here.
thanks.
There you go.
And that beautiful egg is going to incorporate and cook. The top of that egg is going to cook into your pasta and your rapini, while I'm also melting that gorgeous Parmigiano Reggiano.
Okay. And while you're doing that, I'm just gonna whip up a little bit of cream.
Yep, for the granita.
For the
Because I am
granita.
going to taste this.
And I'm not putting any sugar into the whipped cream. It's completely
Just pure cream. Okay, let's see how this goes. Wow. So much flavor in that. Oh my gosh. We'll have to make more because that's enough for Chef and I.
Okay, so our granita looks amazing.
Ah, perfect.
Look at that. So happy. And this is a great thing. You can do this with, you know, coffee or espresso that is decaffeinated.
Oh,
You
okay.
do not have to use caffeinated.
Oh, that's a good point.
But if you do like that little perk of caffeine in the day, you're all set.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have our,
While the chef's doing that, I want to remind you, lunchandlearnlive.com to watch us live. But other than that, you can go to lunchandlearnlive.blogspot.com where we have all of these shows and recipes for you on the Blogspot. And you can watch any past show on YouTube. We'll be coming soon to the Healthy 100 website, so stay tuned for more information on that. You can see us live, watch us past shows, and get recipes from Healthy 100 very, very soon. Oh my gosh, it's
delicious! I'm so excited. I want to eat that.
You made just enough for me. No, I'll share. Oh my God, look at that.
So good.
Okay, I'm getting a spoon.
There's some in
You know what? I'm getting the closest thing. Don't worry about it. I really don't. I'm not funny.
Did you try the pasta or not?
I did. Yeah. Snuck it in.
You have to get the cream. It's important to get the cream.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm making this tonight. And you can make this tonight. This whole thing took us 20 minutes, just a little bit of time beforehand to prepare, and you can have this on your table and really show off beautifully cooked, restaurant quality meals at home. I want to thank Chef Loren. I feel like we're sisters now, for coming today.
My pleasure.
We'd love to have you back on another show.
That would be great.
TheTableOrlando.com. Please go visit them. LunchandLearnLive.blogspot.com. We will see you next month. Thank you, everybody.